Welcome everybody to Full Range Media. This is Most Valuable Pat, and today we ask the question, who did it better, Raw or SmackDown? Find out here in just a couple of seconds. This week is our third episode of Who Did It Better, Raw or SmackDown. This is for September 10th and 11th of 2018. And today we're just asking the question, who did it better? We have one new category that we've never used before on this show, so kind of looking forward to seeing what people's opinions are on it and see if people like it. So we're just going to kind of get right down to it here. The first category we got this week is Best Pop. So who did it better, Raw or SmackDown? For Raw, we have The Shield, and for SmackDown, we have Rusev Day. And in my opinion, it was Shield, no questions asked. You know, the pop that they had at the beginning of the show when McIntyre, Ziggler, and Strowman were in the ring kind of talking. You know, when they came out, it was just kind of a no-brainer, in my opinion. That promo was pretty cool, and having everybody surround the ring and then have them clear them all out. It was a pretty sweet little promo, or a sweet little pop for when they came out. So it's interesting to me how, you know, Roman has to be a face in Shield, but he can't be a face outside of Shield because everybody likes Ambrose and Rollins so much that he can't be a face outside of the Shield. He has to be a face when he's only in the Shield, which is, I think, the reason why they keep him in there, just so he can keep on building him up and building him up and building him up to be the face that Vince actually wants, which is smart, but, hey, you know. So first point is going to go to the Raw for the Shield. Now, as everybody knows, the pay-per-view's coming up. The Hell in a Cell pay-per-view's coming up here in 5 days. So, the new category that we came up with this week is going to be Best Upcoming Pay-per-view Match. So, which match do you think, or which show do you think is going to have the best pay-per-view match, and who is going to do it better? So, it's kind of like, not who did it better, but who is going to do it better. Raw or SmackDown. So for Raw, we have a new match that just came out this week. It's going to be Rollins and Ambrose versus Ziggler and Drew McIntyre. And for SmackDown, I put down Charlotte versus Becky Lynch. Now this is actually a really tough one, in my opinion. I'm really excited to see Ambrose and Rollins back together again. It's been a while since they actually won the tag team championships together. And seeing Ziggler and McIntyre be the new tag champs and kind of being like the new tag team and tag team on the street and all that kind of stuff. It's pretty cool to see. But I did pick Charlotte versus Becky because Charlotte and Becky, and I don't think I've ever seen them fight each other when Becky was the heel and Charlotte was the face. It's newer. They haven't fought a lot. I mean, Ziggler and McIntyre and Ambrose and Rollins haven't fought ever, but this match, I think, in Hell in a Cell with Charlotte and Becky Lynch, I think is just going to be overall better than that match is going to be. So, I picked Charlotte versus Becky Lynch on this one. I like to see Lynch hopefully win a championship. I'm anxious to see her actually be in the spotlight again for once. So that's 1 point for Raw and 1 point for SmackDown. And now we're going to go to the best feud. The best feud for Raw that I picked was Ronda Rousey versus Alexa Bliss, and the best feud that I picked for SmackDown was the New Day and Rusev Day. So again, another difficult, kind of difficult one. This wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be. We've seen Bliss and Rousey going on, 2-3 months now, maybe 2.5 months, something like that. So we're getting kind of tired of it. It's better than Strowman and Reigns because Strowman and Reigns have been doing this for years. Ever since Strowman came up, you know, it's been Strowman Reigns. You know what I mean? That's always who it's been. But New Day and Rusev Day has never happened. And they just got confirmed today that they're going to fight each other at Hell in a Cell for the tag team championships, which is going to be amazing. I can't wait. Finally, Rusev Day gets an opportunity to win some titles. Hopefully Rusev can actually get himself a championship. He hasn't had a championship in a long time. I love Rusev. He's not been used properly, in my opinion, at all. So the best feud, I think, on SmackDown going right now is not Miz or not AJ versus Samoa Joe because they're not doing anything. They're just talking and telling stories about each other. It's Rusev Day and the New Day. Very, very cool. So That's a second point for SmackDown. So it's 2-1 SmackDown at the moment. So the best match of the week, who did it better? Raw with Drew McIntyre and Ziggler versus the B Team, or SmackDown with the Bar versus Rusev Day. And this was really, really difficult because the Bar and Rusev Day versus Rusev Day was a fantastic match, and so was the B Team versus Drew McIntyre and Ziggler. So this was really tough for me to choose, but I chose Drew McIntyre and Ziggler versus the B Team. And the reason is because the B Team are still like the underdogs, kind of, sort of. And nobody believes really in them that much. But I like seeing Dolph and McIntyre have those championships because there's a lot of good tag teams on Raw that can potentially fight them and actually give them good competition. Office of Pain, Rollins and Ambrose. Two solid teams right there. They can probably give those guys a run for their money, and I just don't think that B Team can handle it that much, but they did a fantastic job in that match. And in my opinion, it was close. It was like, by the hair of their chin, but in my opinion, Raw won that category. So now we're tied at two apiece. And what is going to be the best overall show? So who did it better overall? Raw or SmackDown? And I'm going to give it to Raw. Raw had a better week when it came to the overall show. The only bad part about Raw was the Office of Pain versus those local wrestlers. That's it. Everything else about the overall show was really, really well done. SmackDown had, the main event was Brie Bella versus Maurice. It's like going back to the 90s not 90s, but going back to, late 2000s and having, two pieces of trash divas fight it out. They're not very good wrestlers anymore. They have a good feud going, but in my opinion, they don't measure up with Charlotte and Becky and Bayley and Asuka and all those other people. They don't measure up at all. So, I like the whole husband and wife versus husband and wife type of thing, but that brought me down. And then the whole thing with AJ Styles doing his stupid promo when nobody's in the ring, and then Samoa Joe doing his story. The book thing was sort of kind of clever, but I mean, it's the same stuff over and over again. I'm gonna be your husband, Wendy. I'm like, come on, really? So overall, guaranteed, no, to me again, no questions asked. Raw won best overall show. So that puts Raw winning 3-2 this week on who did it better. So in my opinion, Raw with those categories did it better this week. Period. So that's gonna do it for another episode of Who Did It Better. Thanks everybody for watching. Please leave your comments down below and let us know what you think were the best of the week and who did it better this week. Did Raw do it better or did SmackDown do it better? And if you have a different opinion than me, I'd love to hear it. I like to get in, answer people's questions and answer people's comments and all that kind of stuff. So please don't be afraid to put something down in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Also, don't forget to like and share and subscribe to this video. But thank you very much for watching. And next week we're gonna do two Who Did It Betters. We're gonna do one just for the pay-per-view, and then we're gonna do one for Raw and SmackDown. So we're gonna do the regular one plus the pay-per-view. So you guys get a nice little bonus episode. It'll be pretty cool. So thank you very much for watching again. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And everybody have a great week. And we will see you in Hell in a Cell on Sunday. I'll be streaming it on YouTube Gaming. So don't be afraid to come on in, stop by, and chat with me for a little bit, all right? All right, have a great day, guys.